Yeah.
We'll go to chapter 14, measuring success in business, right?
Yeah.
What? Let's just scroll down. Measures of success. They said the success of a business can be measured in different ways. Several approaches are outlined below. So when we talk about the success of a business, we're talking about the achievement of a business. So the achievement of a business depends on the perspective you are looking at. Do you get my point?
Yes.
The achievement of a business depends on the perspective you are looking at as an individual or someone as a stakeholder. So they said we can measure the success of a business through revenue. So revenue, we're talking about the amount of money the business has made in terms of its sales. So the amount of revenue generated by a business is a guide to its success. If revenues increase each year, most business owners would feel that they were making the success of their venture. So here they said Digi revenue goes from these amounts to that amount. This is an increase in 16.1%. Whether this can be regarded as a success depends on the sales objectives, trading conditions over the time period, and revenues received by rivals in the industry. So the first one we're talking about here is revenue. So revenue is a measure of success of a business. So if revenue increases each year of your operations, it means you're doing well. But you would not be able to know if you are really doing well or not, except if you are comparing the revenue of other businesses with yours. Are you here with me?
Yes.
That is the point they're making here. So your revenue might increase. What about the revenue of your competitors? If the revenue of your competitors are increasing more than yours, then you can't logically say you are successful. If your revenue has increased by 10%, but the revenue of your competitors has increased by like 20%, 25%, that means you're just getting the ruminants of what others are getting. So you are not successful. Do you get the point? We go to market share. So to measure the success of a business, we can measure it with revenue, which is the amount of money generated by the business. So we go to the market share. Some businesses aim to increase their market share each year. It is better for a business to have a larger market share than a smaller one. With a large market share, a business might be able to dominate the market. This will raise the profile of the business and perhaps allow it to charge higher prices. Therefore, if a business were continually increasing its market share, it will be considered as successful because it's winning sales from its rivals. So market share, the formula for market share is the total brand sale divided by the total market sale multiplied by 100. So if your brand sale is increasing each year, it means you're adding up customers from your competitors.
Taking customers.
Yeah, there's no customer in heaven. So all the customers are here. Yeah. So if my market share increases this year, it means I've taken some customers from you. So that would be considered as a success. I think it's clear. The third one, customer satisfaction. Many businesses will look at how consumers' needs and wants have been satisfied. When measuring success, if its customer service is good, a successful business will find that it has loyal customers and a growing customer base. Customer satisfaction. When you talk about satisfaction, it means you are meeting the demand of your customers. So if you are meeting the needs and wants of your customers, it means your customers will always want to come to you because they are happy buying from you. Then you gain their loyalty. Gaining customer loyalty is key for a business.
Yes.
It can be a measure of the success of the business. Because if you are keeping your customers, it means you are doing well. They won't be going to your competitors. Now, profits. Are you there?
Yes.
Profit is total revenue minus total cost, right? Right?
Yeah.
Great. So if the profit of a business is increasing each year that passes by, it means the business is doing well. So it is possible to make higher profits if there is no competition in the market. Therefore, profits made by monopoly are not as impressive as profit made in the competitive market. Look at the point here. If you are making profit as a business, if you are a monopoly and you're making profit, it's not a profit. It's because you don't even have competitors.
Yeah.
So you'll be making abnormal profit. That profit will not be regarded as real profit. It's not impressive. We wouldn't know if you won't be making such profit if you have competitors. But you're making this profit because you don't have competitors.
Well, it's better if you you the monopoly than having competitors, right?
Oh, I missed that point there. Okay. Let's see. Owner satisfaction. Okay, so owner satisfaction. So before we go into owner satisfaction, let me quickly round up. Let me talk about no, before going there. We said measuring the success of a business, we can measure it through the growth of the business. That means how
Profit.
the expansion, the numbers of workers you have now, in terms of your operations. That is about growth.
Yeah.
Growth is about the numbers of workers you have,
Branches.
the
branch.
number of branches you have,
Building.
the number your scale of production. Then we talk about revenue. That is the amount of money you generate from sales compared to the previous years, compared to your competitors. We talked about profit, which is
profit.
And when we talk about profit, we said it is impressive if it is made by in a competitive market. But profit made by a monopoly is not impressive because there's no competitors. Now we go to owners and shareholder satisfaction. For owners of how do shareholders judge the success of a business? Most shareholders in the public limited companies are bought shares with the aim of making some money. Consequently, they will focus on dividend payment and share prices. So for owners of a business, for shareholders, they measure the success of a business based on the amount of dividends they get or they receive each year and the value of their shares each year that passes by. So if the value of company A share is $4 today, this year, and next year it has increased to $5 or $7, that means the business is doing well. That is why the share price is increasing.
And the shareholder will be satisfied.
They will be getting more dividends. Note, shareholders' dividends are the profits made by the business that has to be shared with shareholders. So if the business is doing well, the dividends will increase. Same goes to the share prices. They will increase. So that is how shareholders will measure the success of the business.
Yeah.
Owners and shareholders will measure the success of a business. How? They measure it through the value of the shares the present time and the profit made by the business. I think it's clear.
Yes.
Employee satisfaction for employees. Who are the employees? The workers. How do they measure the success of the business? The needs of employees in a business are likely to be different from those of shareholders or the owners. Employees depends on businesses for their livelihood. So most employees have no other sources of income and rely on wages.
Wages, yeah.
So, like the owners, employees want the business to be successful. If a business is growing and profitable, employees are likely to get higher wages, more benefits, and perhaps a bonus. So if the business is successful, employees would get more through their wages or through different bonuses or through different perks.
Yeah.
So what else do we have there? That's about that. I think it's clear. Is it clear?
Yes.
So we go to the importance of targets when judging success. There's a many other set objectives when running their businesses. This makes it easier to measure the success. So let's look back at when we started talking about measuring the success of a business. If I have to measure the success of my business, I would measure it based on my targets, my objectives.
Yes.
So if my objective is to make profits, then if I have made profit, that means the business is successful. If my objective is to expand, if I'm able to expand at the end of it, that means the business is successful. If my aim and objective is customer satisfaction, and if I'm able to satisfy my customers and I'm gaining more customer loyalty, that means I'm successful. If my target as a business is market share, to increase the market share, and if I'm able to increase my market share, it means I'm successful. It means I'm able to gain more customers from competitors because all the customers, whatever business we do, we have the same customers. So we are justly customers. So gaining your customers will increase my market share because there's no customer in heaven. I think it's clear.
So what if you met all the targets?
Yeah. If you meet any of your targets, it means the success for your business.
You made all of them,
you're successful. Yeah, but normally you won't set all targets at the same time. You set targets one at a time.
Yeah.
It might be survival. Your target might be survival. So if you are able to survive this season, that means success to your business. Any question about that?
No.
So we have the case study, the questions.